So, back for another episode of Believe in Boyt with a brand new team. This is going to be a team that is featuring a Florges, and it is quite a cool Florges as well. It's going to be featuring the combination of Mirror Herb and Skill Swap. So this is a combination that I've theorized could be a pretty reasonable answer for dealing with Dondozos, and this is actually a team that utilizes it. So the idea is that you skill swap away the unaware, so that now you're unaware and you ignore their boost, but they don't ignore yours, because you've just copied them because of your Mirror Herb. So then that is a very cool way of being able to defeat opposing Dondozos. Florges can do it very well. There are other Pokemon that can do it as well, but Florges is the one that is going to be used on this team, even though it is the wrong colour. And then you've got some other really cool Pokemon to round out as well. Not that, Spalmot that can Revival Blessing any of your Pokemon that want to be sweeping, whether that's going to be the Gyarados that's going for Dragon Dances, the Volcarona going for Quiver Dances, the Banded Meowscarada that's going to do a lot of damage, or the Mouse Holds. This one's actually quite a supportive one. It seems to have max HP rather than max attack, but that is perfectly fine. The population bombs are still going to hit very well. So ideally, I face as many Dondozos as I possibly can with this team. Let's see if that happens. Okay, that is a cool team. I like that team. I would be interested in stealing it. So, what we're going to do here. Spalmot seems reasonable as a lead because it outspeeds most things. Except for the Meowscarada, and if it is the Murkrow, I can just fake it out, but I can't deal with it in one shot either. So I might just need to accept Tailwind. And what I can do is I can Encore the Murkrow turn 1 with Mouse Hold. That seems okay. They've got double Intimidate potential. So I probably don't want to lean too hard on the Gyarados, even though it's actually very good here. So lead Gyarados in the back so that it doesn't get intimidated, or ideally doesn't get intimidated. I might go with a Volcarona as a starting point. Because it is a grass Volcarona, and then that's pretty good against the Tyranitar. And there's, well, not quite the Salamence. Still need extra things for the Salamence. I'm going to lead with Volcarona. Meowscarada is alright. Yeah, I think I will bring Meowscarada, and I will bring Gyarados in the back. And then we'll see how we go from here. So, just the Salamence really would be the awkward one for the Volcarona. I would like to see the Murkrow turn 1 so that I can just Encore it. They copied my trainer card, that's rude. Ah, the best music, nice. So I do just have this on random, but yeah, that is a Salamence. The Mousehod is now intimidated. So I can't just OHKO the Meowscarada anymore. I think that I still just Population Bomb, right? Because they can't do much to my Volcarona unless they've got Air Slash. And Quiver Dance is the wrong slot. I was about to Giga Drain there, but it's in the wrong slot. I'm going to be a bit greedy here and not follow me on the potential of the Air Slash. But just U-turn, that's fine. That's a chunk for sure. But so will this be into Salamence. Like, this will do over half, even with the Intimidate. Oh, actually, no, I've not got any attack investment, so I might just about do half. If this is Tailwind from the Salamence, then that could start to get a little bit awkward, but if I don't take an Air Slash this turn, which I was very greedy with, then I can just Giga Drain the Taurus next turn with a Grass Terastallization. One of the downsides of using Mouse Hold is you have to sit through this animation. But that's looking like it's just about going to do half. Just over half, so my damage intuition is still not too bad. And it's just Flamethrower. They double the Mouse Hold. Does that even KO unless they're Specs? No, it doesn't. That's brilliant. Because they're Life Orb. Fine. Yeah, Specs would have just about done it, but Life Orb. Yeah, that's really good, because now I can just go for a Giga Drain into the Taurus, and once again, another Population Bomb. And there's no downsides. Is that lefties? That's Mirror Herb, okay. Oh, okay. That changes some things, because now I can't just OHKO the Salamence with Population Bomb, because then now the Taurus outspeeds. They are just Life Orb, so I'm not actually too concerned with the Salamence. So what I can do is I can follow me on the Taurus attack, Quiver Dance again, then outspeed the Taurus next turn. And that's also perfectly fine. Because even if they do have Air Slash now, it's going to be effectively a neutral hit because I'll be +2 special defense. But Mirror Herb already, like even the first time I'm using Mirror Herb and the opponent has it as well. That's pretty cool. But only Tailwind would be bad here. But they didn't Tailwind last turn, and they have a Murkrow, so they shouldn't have space for Tailwind. Hurricane, okay, that would have done a much bigger chunk, but that is one of the downsides of using these special flying types. So you have to run Hurricane or Air Slash. Air Slash is quite weak. Hurricane is strong, but not accurate in the slightest. So, yeah, now I go into Meowscarada, because they are in knockoff range. So I can just get a double KO here. Assuming that, no, because they're not Focus Sash, I've already seen, because they are Mirror Herb on the Taurus. So yeah, I can go for the Grass Terastallization, guarantee that this Giga Drain will KO the Taurus. I am fully expecting it to. I would be very surprised if it doesn't, because Taurus doesn't have the best special defense, and I am not quite +1 over them, because +2 against +1 is not quite the same as just a +1. But this still should be strong enough. I don't think it would have been if I didn't Terastallize, but I strongly expect it to be. Just Aqua Jet, yeah, like, don't care. I'm a Grass type now. That's funny. Unnecessary, but that's funny. But yeah, Grass Terastallization was the correct play as well, because that would have done a huge chunk if I didn't. But I'm recovering all of that back. So actually, it wouldn't have made much difference, because I'd have recovered most of it back anyway. But this is just a double KO. I am looking pretty good right now. Nice. So, Meowscarada was in the back as well, right? But I can just Heat Wave that one quite comfortably. Even if they U-turn, which they have already revealed, then it's a speed tie, assumably, between the Meowscaradas. I think I'm max speed. And there is Murkrow, okay. So, this is just a U... No, it's not. I'm choice banded. This is a knockoff into the Murkrow instead then, and it is just a Heat Wave. Right? What do I have in the back as well? Gyarados. No, it is not. It is switching to Gyarados to Intimidate, so that if they go for a U-turn with the Meowscarada, then that is not going to KO my now Grass type. Now Grass type Volcarona. So, Intimidate is not dead. Because this is useful here. Even if they Flower Trick, like that is not very effective against the Volcarona, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Haze makes sense, but Heat Wave will still just KO the Meowscarada. It did effectively the same thing as Tailwind, except this did it as well by getting rid of the boost. So, yeah, this shouldn't KO anymore. Because they are they were definitely choice banded. And am I still cursed? Alright, I hit the important one. That's fine. I am still cursed, but not terribly. So, yeah, Haze or Tailwind didn't really make a difference. Haze was actually slightly better because they outsped stuff anyway. Although that was risking the speed tie between the Meowscaradas, but it doesn't really matter. So, just Waterfall and Heat Wave, and the game is over. So, nice. Nice. That was a good start. Like I was saying, the Volcarona might not be too good here, but actually, it did perfectly well. Ooh, a Zoroark. Zoroark on a rain team. Okay. So obviously need to be careful of that. But I think that Meowscarada seems like a pretty reasonable lead. Mousehold is alright. Just need to be aware of the Goldengo, but that's covered by the Meowscarada. So Mousehold, Meowscarada seems reasonable. Gyarados is very good here. And I don't think Florges is necessary. Pawmot is entirely reasonable. Volcarona is, so long as I Terastallize it, entirely reasonable. But I'm thinking that Pawmot might be a bit better in this one. So this is what I'm going to go with. And I just need to be careful of if there is a Zoroark lead. They copied my trainer card. Very rude. Okay, so where is the Zoroark? Because if I catch it with a population bomb, that's just game over immediately, right? I think the knockoff into the Goldengo is still reasonable. Follow Me would be okay, but I could population bomb the Dreadnought. Just to cover for the Zoroark. I don't think that this is optimal, but... Alright, there's the Zoroark. And it's Choice Scarf, so... That's not good, and now they just switch it. Oh no, I'm going to lose both Pokemon. Oh no. So, yeah, going for Population Bomb was entirely greedy. Because now they switch into Pelipper. Probably not KO the Mousehole, because it's max HP. But that's not an ideal start. Oh, it's just Rock Slide, okay. I would appreciate this chip Mousehole. That's got to be banded, right? Or like single target life orb, okay, fair enough. Well, that's a good start. So go into Pawmot here. And fake out the Dreadnought and hope that Population Bomb KOs the Pelipper, but I don't have any attack investment, so I shouldn't. And that doesn't really help me, does it? I think at this point I need to just start double shocking everything. This will make me not weak to Hurricane. And just protect the Mouseholds. Because then I can follow me the next turn. But this is already not a good start. So I was expecting Zoroark to B-Scarf if it was, but I didn't factor in U-turn at all. I was like, oh, I'll take a Sludge Bomb, and I'll still be okay. But, okay, that's not ideal. Because that was a bit of a waste. Unless this is just a double protect. If it's a double protect, then that was entirely reasonable. But most Pelippers do not carry protect. But yeah, okay, fine. Then I will attempt to Encore the Pelipper. I am Focus Sash, so if they get greedy and attack the Pawmot, then that's not actually terrible. So I will try and Double Shock, and I will Encore the Pelipper. And if they attack the Mousehole, then Pawmot still has its... Oh, it's got Earthquake. Dreadnoughts don't carry Earthquake, what? You carry Water Move, Rock Slide, and Ice Spinner. You don't carry Earthquake, that's incredibly rude. That was as bad as that one could be. I guess Rock Slide would have been the same thing. But yeah, that's not good. This will KO at least, but you know. Now there's a Scarf Zoroark in the back that I can't deal with at all. And they're assumedly just KOing my Pawmot with a Hurricane. You don't want to risk Hydro Pump. Yeah, Hurricane. Even though it's like not very effective now, you could go for that because you had Earthquake. That was a guaranteed KO, so there was no point going for Hydro Pump, even though that was not very effective hit. That was the correct play for sure. But yeah, that turn one was too killer. Because there's not much to be done now. I guess stall out the rain completely and then dodge every single Hurricane. And I still don't know if this is Goldengra or Zoroark, so... So there's still 2 turns of rain left, isn't there? So I just Waterfall this turn and then Protect on the next turn. Then hopefully I can deal with both the Zoroark and the... Yeah, there's the Zoroark, so... I'm going to get the Accuracy drop as well, just to rub it in. Oh, no, I didn't. But at least I care the Zoroark, so... But yeah, I definitely got... Like, to an extent, I expected there to be Zoroark. That's why I went for Population Bomb that turn. But did not factor in U-turn in the slightest. And they just Hurricane, so that's going to KO. And that was a bodying, so I think I just ended up leading poorly there. But even still, if I'd have just gone for Follow Me and Flower Trick into the Dreadnought, I was actually okay there, because they went for Rock Slide. So then, that would have actually been pretty reasonable. I think I got too greedy. Ah, Lilycole with a Glamora. Glamora is still a reasonable Pokemon. What do I do against Lilycole? Fake out with Pawmot, even though Lilligant should be Covert Cloak in my opinion. Could go Mousehold and just redirect. That would be entirely reasonable. can't cover everything. Not from what I can see. I think it's Pormot and Volcarona. Gyarados is very good here. And I don't think I need Florges. I haven't faced a Dondozo yet. Mousehold is okay, but I think I want Meowscarada. Then we'll see how that goes. That's a pretty standard trainer card. I still need to do mine. There it is. So, I would like to fake out and Heat Wave here. That would be probably the best case scenario. If there's a Protect, then Quiver Dance would have been better. But I'm going to go for this. That is the best possible start there could be, so long as there is no Covert Cloak. Don't you dare be the best item on Lilligant. Nice. Now, Volcarona. I know I'm cursed, but come on. Excellent. Well done, Volcarona. So that's a very good start. That's as ideal as that could possibly be. There's no specs on the Torkoal as well. Like, I assume there's no specs on the Torkoal. That would be a bit weird if they go for Spec Protect. But that's a good start. It's just Annihilate. I can go for Heat Waves in the Sun, which is very good. I will just... Do I need to save Double Shock for anything? Not really. So I'll just go for Double Shock so I don't drop my defenses. And just launch another Heat Wave. I don't feel the need to set up at all. And there was no Terrestrialization as well. That's good damage. That's a 2-shot on Torkoal. Portmot's actually got some good damage behind it. Maybe because of the base power of its stab attacks, but... Yeah, not quite KO on the Torkoal, but is a 2-shot on the Annihilate. So that's why I didn't feel the need to set up. Because they're getting greed, well, kind of having to go for the setup because they have to. But then I just 2-shot them with Heat Wave. I guess technically not if they are lefties. They are lefties. Actually, so that means I should have gone for close combat into the Torkoal, because I don't care my defense guy went down to Focus Sash, but now I can't double shock the Annihilate, right? That's how it works, isn't it? Can I still use it? I don't actually know that mechanic. Can I still use double shock, but it just doesn't get stabbed? I actually need to, I need to know that. I need to learn that. Even if this doesn't actually do it, I want to actually learn, does that actually do the thing? So, now they Terrestrialize into Fire type, they should have done that last turn. That was, why didn't you just do that before? If you're going to Terrestrialize now, you just took extra damage unnecessarily on the Annihilate, so... It does fail, right? Yeah, it does fail, okay. Yeah, Heat Wave does connect with the Torkoal, so that's fine. I'm perfectly fine to just learn this, because the Rage Fist should KO the Volcarona now, but next turn I can just KO the Annihilate with whatever I want. Because it could have actually got quite bad if they Terrestrialized into the Fire type initially and took no damage from the Heat Wave, but taking half from the Annihilate was not very good for them. So, that's perfectly fine with me. What do they have in the back? I think I do want Meowscarada, because it outspeeds everything, right? Because the Lilligant's gone, so it outspeeds everything. That's Rotom, isn't it? Cool. So, then I can just double up into the Annihilate, right? With a now Terrestrialized Double Shock. And a Flower Trick. And that definitely KOs the Annihilate. Because, I don't need to be concerned about the Rotom at all with Meowscarada. So long as the Annihilate is pinned, then I'm fine. I guess Protect into double Protect as I double it with a Gyarados as well. But even, yeah, not even. So this is fine. And that just KOs the Annihilate regardless. So, yeah, the game is definitely locked at this point. But I'm glad, like, I did know the double shot thing. It was just good to confirm that that is the case. Because the description just said it's no longer an electric type. So, I'm glad I confirmed that. And also the fact that I can now fail a double shock and then use a electric terror double shock. That is quite sweet. So, that mechanic is very much learned at this point. And then I just Flower Trick the Rotom for the KO next turn as well. So, not bad. Pawmot's got some good damage behind it. I need to look into Pawmot a bit more seriously. I didn't initially just write it off, because why wouldn't you use Iron Hands? But that was back when Iron Hands were still being used in doubles, where we didn't have the format yet. Like, 120 on both its stabs, base power attacks is, like, it does some damage. It's pretty sweet. So... But one Flower Trick will end the game. Nice. I didn't face any Dondozos, so I think I'm going to use this team again, because I do want to face a Dondozo with that Florges.